Hello everyone, Charles Watts here, the Arsenal correspondent at Goal, joining you on Monday, match day. Arsenal playing Crystal Palace tonight at Selhurst Park. Huge game, as they all are in the context of the season now. Arsenal going for this top four spot. They're going into the game outside of the top four after Tottenham's win against Newcastle yesterday. Tottenham putting the pressure on, West Ham winning as well. So it's going to be a real test of Arsenal's character, of their sort of ability to deal with the pressure tonight. Really tough looking game as well. Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. We know that they are no pushovers. They got a good point against Man City there recently, pushed Liverpool all the way, Chelsea all the way. So it's not going to be an easy one for Arsenal. Palace, of course, drawing at the Emirates earlier this season. Arsenal needing the last minute equaliser to get a point from that one. So I don't think anyone's under any illusions that it's going to be easy tonight. But such a crucial game, as they all are. Arsenal need to win. Keep winning, keep showing they can handle the pressure, because you kind of look at Tottenham at the moment and you have to say that Conte's getting a bit of a tune out of them. They're kind of beginning to shrug off this inconsistency kind of vibe that they began to have about them, certainly under Conte. They're beginning to get up wins, certainly in the Premier League now, and impressive again yesterday. Kane and Son playing really well, Kuvalevski playing well as well, and they're looking a threat, Tottenham. So Arsenal, as much as you don't want to focus on Tottenham, you want to focus on yourselves, you can kind of see that, you know, they're beginning to get a bit of a head of steam up now, Spurs, and so Arsenal are going to have to be able to deal with that and keep kind of throwing the pressure back towards Tottenham. And a win today will certainly do that and move Arsenal back into the top four. 3-point lead with a game in hand. And yeah, you have to say that game at Tottenham at the end of the season looks like it's going to be possibly the penultimate week of the season, not being confirmed yet. Seen a few dates flying about. So Thursday, May the 8th, I think it is a potential fixture for that, is a potential date for that one. And if it is that, then what a match that is going to be. Hopefully, you never know though, Arsenal might be able to get it done before then. That would be nice, wouldn't it, to go there having already got the job done. But lots of football to be played, some really big games coming up, but at the moment you just got to focus on that one tonight. And the big question is, who starts for Arsenal tonight? Interesting sort of team news coming out. We saw Aaron Ramsdale did train over the weekend, so do you bring Aaron Ramsdale straight back into this one? Obviously the medical staff, you would think, are going to have a big say on this one. They'll tell Mikel Arteta if they think he's 100% ready. If he is, then you think Ramsdale comes back in, but if he's not, then Leno will probably keep his spot. Leno is decent against Villa, not really tested too much against Villa, but he did the job that he needed to do. And Arsenal in a fortunate position. They've got two very good goalkeepers, but you would think if Ramsdale is fully fit and healthy, you know, he is number one, so he would come back into the side. And then you look at who else is around. Tomiyasu, doesn't look like that's going to happen. So Cedric, you think, keeps his place at right back. And then you have the familiar question as who plays on the left-hand side. Do you go with Martinelli or do you go with Emil Smith-Rowe? Martinelli was very good for Brazil when he came on during the international break in both games, made a big impact with them. He's back, you know, he's had plenty of time because it's a Monday night game. It's not like he's sort of come back on the Friday and has to play straight away on the Saturday. He's had a couple of days to get over the long flight that he's had to deal with. So personally, I think Martinelli probably starts in this one. He scored the winner at Palace, or it wasn't a winner in the end, was it? Because they got a late goal through Pepe as well. But he scored at Palace last time out, Gabriel Martinelli. And so you think he'll probably, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts ahead of Smith-Rowe again. So those are the big sort of questions you look at that Arteta's kind of facing at the moment when it comes to starting. But I got a sneaky feeling that we're going to see probably Ramsdale come back in place of Leno, providing he is fit, and it'll be Martinelli on the left-hand side, and it'll be Cedric at right back. One player who does look like he's going to be certainly involved, I can't imagine he'll be starting, is Marcelo Flores, which is very exciting news for him and rich reward for what has been a very good breakout season for the young Mexican. I've got to say Mexican. Obviously, he could still technically play for England, or he could play for Canada. But if you read the interview he did with me the other day when I spoke to him as part of him being voted into Goals Next Gen top 50, he very much made it clear that he wants to play for Mexico. Played very well for them again in their under-20s during the latest international break. Scored a brilliant goal during that break. Has come back and now he's been rewarded with a place in the squad tonight, which is very good news for him. First time for Marcelo in the first team squad. I imagine he'll just be on the bench. Obviously, he's not going to come straight into the starting 11, but still a big moment for him. And like I say, rich reward for what has been a very, very good season for him. One that he's really made a big breakthrough, made a big impact both at Arsenal and on the international scene. And now he's part of Mikel Arteta's first team squad for the first time. So congratulations to Marcelo. We wait to see what happens when it comes to the Crystal Palace team tonight. Obviously, we're about, 8 hours away from kickoff by the time I'm recording this. Will Wilfried Zaha play? Will Michael Eliseu play? We'll have to wait and see. Both are doubts. Last time that Patrick Vieira spoke to the media, which was before the weekend, he said they were going to hopefully get them patched up and ready for this one. Zaha didn't play during the international break for the Ivory Coast. Eliseu picked up a knock as well. It'd be big for Arsenal if both of those didn't feature. They're very, very exciting players. We know that. Zaha's caused Arsenal plenty of problems before, and Eliseu is just one hell of a talent. As I said in my last video, I think on Friday, I think Arsenal missed a big trick there when it came to Eliseu because they knew all about him and they didn't get it done. And you look at that, £8 million I think Palace paid Reading for Eliseu. Looks an absolute bargain. Brilliant deal that was. So if he's out and Zaha's out, then you think it's going to make Arsenal's job slightly easier tonight. But Zaha didn't play at the game at the Emirates earlier this season, and Palace still caused Arsenal all sorts of problems in that one. I'm very unlucky not to win. Predicted 11. I'm going to go for now. Predicted 11 time for Arsenal. Remember, this is one that I just think Mikel's going to go with. It's not the one that I would want or that I've got absolute information that it's going to be. This is just a predicted 11. And I'm going to go with Ramsdale in goal. But again, that's purely if the medics have given him the all clear to play. So I'm going to go Ramsdale in goal. Cedric right back. White and Gabriel the centre backs, obviously. Tierney left back, Partey and Xhaka in central midfield, then Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli and Lacazette. It's a team that really does pick itself if everyone's fit at the moment. With everyone barring Tomiyasu is fit at the moment. It kind of does pick itself. You do have, as I said, that whole Smith Rowe and Martinelli debate which rages before pretty much every game. But I just think for now that Martinelli has sort of got himself this starting spot, and I think the performances he showed for Brazil over the international break show the sort of confident mood he's in. So I think he will probably get the start, and that Mikel will keep him in. But again, we will see. We'll have to, and we're not got too long to wait. Let me know what you guys think. Who should be starting tonight? How do you think the game will pan out? Do you think Smith Rowe should come in? Do you think Martinelli keeps his place? Would you risk bringing Ramsdale straight back in, or would you keep Bernd Leno in for one more game ahead of the match against Brighton at the weekend? Let me know what you guys think. Always interested to hear your views on that one. It's just such a big game, isn't it? It's exciting to be in this position, though, isn't it? It's great to be, what are we now, April, and it's just nice to be thinking, it is there. The tantalising dream of the Champions League is right there, and it's just nice to be in that position. Because at the start of the season, I don't know about you, but at the start of the season, I did not give Arsenal a sniff of being in this position. And I was speaking to Nick Hornby the other day as part of the piece. You might have seen it. I did an interview with Nick Hornby about Fever Pitch that went out on Friday. I was speaking to him. Great conversation, loved it. What a guy he is. Fantastic writer, and just brilliant to have a conversation with about Arsenal. And he was saying that exact thing. He said it was just nice to be in contention at this stage of the season again, in contention for something meaningful. And it was that comment really sort of stuck with me, because it absolutely is. It's just nice to have this excitement. You think the last couple of years, certainly in the Premier League, it's just been so miserable, isn't it? But now every weekend feels big, every match feels big. You're looking at other teams playing and you're nervous because you kind of want them to drop points. I played golf yesterday at the Grove in Hertfordshire as part of a 40th birthday celebration. I played with my mate, he's a big Tottenham fan. I played with him. And we were sitting in the bar afterwards watching the first half of the Tottenham game. And when Newcastle scored, I was celebrating. And then obviously he was giving it back when they equalised straight away. And less said about the second half, the better. But it's just watching Tottenham games. It's just that tension of having something resting on the season and wanting them to drop points, wanting United to drop points. Wanting West Ham to drop points, then desperately wanting Arsenal to get all three every time they play. It's just nice to actually have something riding on the season after the last couple of miserable years we've had when it's come to the Premier League. And it's going to be a tense one tonight. I'm not at the game tonight. I will be covering it, but I'm not at the match. I couldn't do it because I've got dad duties I've got to take care of today because my wife's working. Later on, I've got to pick the kids up, and you don't need to hear about all this, but basically it's going to stop me getting to Selhurst Park in time for kickoff. So I will be covering the game, but I'll be covering it from TV. But I will be doing the usual updates if you need it, and the usual stuff that will go out on goal.com after the game has finished. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And wherever you're going to be watching it around the world, enjoy yourselves. Fingers crossed we have something to celebrate at the end of it, and Arsenal are back in the top 4. Going to be a tough one, no doubt about it, but hopefully they can get the job done. Until tomorrow when I come back and I'll be dissecting tonight's performance with a video tomorrow morning. Keep your eyes peeled for that. But until then, have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the match tonight. Come on, the Arsenal.